standing by, a senior fellow at the Atlantic Council, and he's joining us from Odessa, Ukraine. I'm curious to see and hear from you in terms of the atmosphere in Odessa after this sophisticated attack. But then importantly, the conversations and the negotiations, which just wrapped up in Istanbul between Russia and Ukraine, only lasted about an hour. What are you reading into this? What Nick had mentioned, does it change the calculus in terms of how negotiations are going to go?
Sure. Well, I rarely disagree with Nick Payton-Walsh, and I'm not about to start to. His analysis is usually bang on, and I agree. It's very interesting that it was only an hour, and President Zelensky did say the most that will probably come out of this is a prisoner exchange swap. The Russians made it clear from the very start that they're going to stick to their list of demands, and I think after the humiliating attack what happened yesterday, the only reason they showed up is so that they can get another pause, so that they can rearm and rebuild. No analyst has disagreed with me on that. In terms of atmosphere, look, I just walked probably about 20 kilometers since that strike ended yesterday, and I can tell you that what we're hearing right now here in Odessa on the shores of the Black Sea are the sounds of peace and freedom. I heard not air raid sirens in the past 24 hours, no missiles exploding, no drones buzzing overhead. I heard beach volleyball. I heard the sound of children laughing, playing in the sand on the beach. I heard the guy down the hill pouring charcoal into his barbecue for a summer season. So that, I'm making this point because that is what Ukrainians want right now. And it's up to Western allies to help them to preserve that type of freedom. One more quick point, and I think this is really important. We just ended the Black Sea Security Forum here in Odessa the past 3 days, and there was a lot of talk about, yes, Russia has pretty strong capabilities in various spheres. What happened yesterday is being celebrated here, but they're not overdoing it. And the reason why is basically three things. Number one, China is becoming a much, much stronger ally of Russia, for example, helping it use its own ships, Chinese ships, to cable cut in the Black Sea. Number two, the Russians have developed incredible capability to move ships from the from the Baltic Sea to the Black Sea using internal waterways. And then thirdly, and this should be worrying everybody in Europe, is that the Russians are believed to now being smuggling mini submarines on ships that are branded as civilian through the Bosphorus Straits into other waters. So a lot going on that still maintains that capability on the water.
Yeah, I mean, and importantly, the attack was from within Russian territory. There's a lot of questions. Did Ukraine have Russian collaborators? We've assessed now that this is an embarrassment. This is a hit to morale. Does it show that the war has come to Moscow? We've had this conversation before with other attacks, but give me a sense of how significant this is, Michael.
It's pretty significant, but I have to put in parentheses that there have been other attacks, many. Kerch Strait Bridge, assassination of senior military officials, attacks on oil fields, and previous attacks on airfields. But Russia has been able to rearm, rebuild, and that's partially because of friends in North Korea, in Iran, and as I said, China. I think what this will do, though, will heighten the paranoia of Mr. Putin. You will recall on the Victory Day celebrations period, he had to declare a unilateral ceasefire because he was so paranoid the Ukrainians might use fiber optic drones to attack him. But he brought in a human shield in the former Xi Jinping. But he will become more paranoid. I suspect heads will roll in the intelligence services. But it is not going to lessen their appetite for war, not at all.
All right, Michael Bociurkiw, great to have you with us. Thank you so much for jumping on the story and giving us your insights. All right.